Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Gakadash, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is like Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the whole tongue. And I say Shalom to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson, especially with the rising tensions been heating up between Philippines and China over there in the South China Sea. And as the tensions been escalating between both sides. And this is a recent news article from the diplomat.com, and it reads, Philippines to hold joint maritime patrols with U.S. and Japan. Because you had a recent exercise drill between, I believe, the United States and the Philippines, and Australia and the Philippines as of recently. Now, this is the latest drills are taking place over there in the South China Sea with Philippines to hold joint maritime patrols with U.S. and Japan, with the ongoing tensions between China and the Philippines over there in the territorial islands not too far from the South China Sea. It says the announcement of the joint South China Sea maneuvers is expected to be announced at a trilateral summit between the three nations next week. It says the Philippines is set to launch a joint naval patrol in the South China Sea with Japan and the United States later this year in a bid to counter China's increasingly observative behavior in the disputed waters. The news was reported on Friday by the U.S.-based outlet Political Reach, which cited a U.S. official and foreign diplomatic familiar with the planning. According to these sources, the trilateral naval patrols are among the initiatives that the Philippines President Marcos Jr., the U.S. President Joe Biden, and Japanese Prime Minister will announce at a trilateral summit next month. The meeting, which will be held on Washington on April the 11th, is the first ever trilateral summit between the three nations, according to the White House spokesperson Karen Jean-Pierre. It says Biden, Quesada, and Marcos will discuss a trilateral cooperation to promote inclusive economic growth and emerging technologies, advance the clean energy supply chains, and climate cooperations, and further peace and security in the Indo-Pacific and around the world. Japanese media outlet has since confirmed the involvement of the Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force in joint patrols. According to some media reports, the summit will see the three nations deepening their security cooperations, large raising to the level of the U.S., Japan, and South Korea, which held a trilateral of their own at Camp David last August. The three countries said that they were determined to align our collective efforts to advance the security and prosperity of all people, the region, and the world. The growing security cooperations, which joint patrols will be held. Perhaps the most visible aspect is a obvious response to the growing tensions in the South China Sea, where Beijing has been increasing both frequently and intensity of the incursions in contested areas over the past 18 months, particularly those claimed by the Philippines. These have resulted in a series of dangerous high sea encounters, including most recently the China Coast Guard CCG's ramming of a Philippines coastal guard vessel seeking to resupply forces stationed on the second Thomas Soak in the separately islands. The incident also saw the CCG fire water cannons at one of the supply vessels, smashing its windshield and injuring 4 Navy personnel. Indeed, the second Thomas Hole has been a particular target of China's gray zone operations, with the CCG now routinely harassing the Philippines, regularly resupplying missions to the soil, which is troops are stationed in a ground warship. This is the book of Ecclesiastics. It says, in a times of love, in a time of hate, in a time of war, in a time of peace. This is second Esdras 15, verse 15. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Verse 16, for there should be sedition, invading one another. They should not regard their kings, nor their princes, in the course of their actions to stand in their power. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. This recent news article from Sebastian Strangligo as of April the 2nd, 2024 from thediplomatic.com, and it reads again, Philippines to hold joint maritime patrols with U.S. and Japan. The announcement of the joint South China Sea maneuvers is expected to be announced at a trilateral summit between the three nations next week. Especially, with the ongoing, amending the ongoing tensions between China and Philippines over the South China Sea and the disputed waters over there in the territorial islands not too far from the South China Sea as well, too. So with that, once again, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. And with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akarkadash, in the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahushai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the whole tongue. I say Shalom to the elders, wa Akim, wa Akwaf, and until the next time, I will say Shalom.